Dame Trot and Her Cat by Anonymous. Coffee Break Collection number 36, Cats. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Kelly Wilcox Baird. Dame Trot and Her Cat by Anonymous. Dame Trot once went to a neighboring fair, and what do you think that she bought herself there? A pussy, the prettiest ever was seen. No cat was so gentle, so clever and clean. Each dear little paw was as black as a sloe. The rest of her fur was as white as the snow. Her eyes were bright green, and her sweet little face was pretty and meek, full of innocent grace. Dame Trot hurried home with this beautiful cat, went upstairs to take off her cloak and her hat, and when she came down was astonished to see that pussy was busy preparing the tea. "Oh, what a strange cat," thought poor little Dame Trot. "She'll break my best china and upset the pot." But no harm befell them. The velvety paws were quite sure the dame for alarm had no cause. Next morning, when little Dame Trot came downstairs to attend as usual to household affairs, she found that the kitchen was swept up as clean as if Puss, a regular servant, had been. The tea stood to draw, and the toast was done brown. The dame, very pleased, to her breakfast sat down, while Puss by her side on an armchair sat up, and lapped her warm milk from a nice china cup. Now Spot, the old house dog, looked on in amaze. He'd never been used to such queer cattish ways. But Puss mewed so sweetly and moved with such grace that Spot at last liked her and licked her white face. The dame went to market and left them alone, Puss washing her face, the dog picking a bone. But when she came back, Spot was learning to dance from Pussy, who once had had lessons in France. Poor little Dame Trot had no money to spare, and only too often her cupboard was bare. Then kind Mrs. Pussy would catch a nice fish and serve it for dinner upon a clean dish. The rats and the mice who wished Pussy to please were now never seen at the butter or cheese. The dame daily found their numbers grow thinner, for Puss ate a mouse every day for her dinner. If Puss had a weakness, I needs must confess 'twas a girl of the period's fancy for dress. Her greatest desire a high chignon and hat, and a very short dress a la mode for a cat. So one day when Dame Trot had gone out to dine, Puss dressed herself up as she thought very fine, and coaxed kind old Spot, who looked at her with pride, to play pony for once and give her a ride. The dame from her visit returning home late met this funny couple outside her own gate, and heartily laughed when she saw her dear cat dressed up in a cloak and a chignon and hat. "You're quite a grand lady, Miss Pussy," said she, and Pussy affectedly answered, "Oui, oui." She thought it beneath her to mutter a mew while wearing a dress of a fashion so new. Now Spot, who to welcome his mistress desired, and to company manners never aspired, jumped up to fawn on her, and down came the cat, and crushed in her tumble her feather and hat. "Oh, Puss," said Dame Trot, "what a very sad mess! You'd best have remained in your natural dress. The graces which nature so kindly bestows are more often hid than improved by fine clothes." End of Dame Trot and Her Cat by Anonymous.